Hello guys, this is Tutor Mr. Rody from tutormrrody.com, and today we're going to be checking out this little formula right here, which is x equals negative b plus or minus square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a, whereas a does not equal 0. Now I'm sure when you saw this on the board in your algebra classroom, you almost had a heart attack. What is this thing? But don't worry. It is here to make your life a whole lot easier, and I'm about to show you why. Let's go ahead and jump into an alternate reality where this does not exist and see what we will have to do then. Hello guys, welcome to Real World Mathematics. Today we have a brand new quadratic equation. Remember, quadratic is any equation with a degree of 2, meaning the highest exponent is 2. Let's go ahead and try and factor this thing and see what happens. You know what? We can factor this by grouping, by splitting the 2x into 2x. Alright, let's go ahead and take an x out of here. And let's go ahead and take a 1 out of here. Oh, snap. What on earth? So I have x plus 1 here, and x plus 2 right there. They don't match up. Therefore, we can't factor. AKA, this is a prime quadratic, meaning a quadratic that has no factors. So, what do we do? Well, if only there was some magical formula to give us the answer. Oh well. Well, looks like we're just gonna have to graph it out and see where it crosses the x-axis. Woohoo! Now, okay, I got my chart on the board. I got the equation right here. We're just gonna plug in a bunch of numbers and see what they give us. What we're gonna be looking for is when the y value changes from a negative to a positive or a positive to a negative, because we know in between there, y is gonna equal 0, and that's where it's gonna cross the x-axis, and therefore, that's how we're gonna solve the equation. So let's go ahead and find it out. Alright, we found some numbers. In fact, I couldn't actually find the numbers, I'm a failure, so we're just going to pretend I found the numbers and you can go ahead and figure it out on the test. So we have 8.2 and 8.21. So at 8.2, the value of y was 1. At 8.21, it was negative 5. So we know in between 8.2 and 8.21, we are going to find a 0. Now, here's the thing. Doing that, you're just going to have to plug in a bunch of numbers and see if you find it. You know what? In fact, yeah, you all can go ahead and do that. I'm not going to waste my time with that. On the test, you just need to be accurate to about 5 decimal places, and then you're going to be good to go. Okay? So, yep, thank you, class, so much. Thank you. Now that is a horror story. That could be a horror movie. That would take hours to figure out, to solve that via graphing. Well, maybe not hours if you kind of knew what you're doing, but still, it would be so much easier if we had a formula where we could just plug in a bunch of numbers, play around with them a little bit, and then poof, out comes the exact answer that we're looking for. Not accurate to like 5 decimal places, but the exact answer. And all answers, no matter if they're real or imaginary or complex, all the answers are going to be held within the quadratic formula. Okay? So we wanted to take x squared plus 2x plus 2, and we wanted to find an answer to that. because obviously we can't find it via factoring. It's a prime quadratic. You have no factor. So what we're going to do, all we have to do is plug it into this formula. It's no big deal, okay? So here's the deal. When we have a quadratic in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c, we can solve it. We can solve for x, okay? Using the formula negative b plus or minus square root b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Alright? So here's the deal, okay? We have b, we have a, and we have c, okay? Those are the only variables, the only things we have to plug in. We have to find a, b, and c, okay? Look right here. This is where we're supposed to find it at, okay? We have A, we have B, we have C. This is like your roadmap. This is telling you where A, B, and C is. So here's the deal. We're going to look at this. Is it already in the same form as this? Well, x squared. Well, it says we need a number here, but that's okay because anything by itself, if you multiply it by 1, it comes out as the same number, so that's okay. 1 is already there. So we know A right here is going to be 1, okay? Next thing, bx, 2x. What's B? Well, I hope you get it, it's 2. So, 2. And then we have C, which is the single number at the end. And I should mention that A, B, and C are constant, meaning they don't change. They're not a variable. So they're always going to be there, staring at you in the face. Alright? So we have A is 1, B is 2, C is 2. All we do is plug it in, use some algebra, and play with it. So let's do it. Alright. X equals negative B, which is going to be negative 2 plus or minus the square root of b squared. Okay, we have 2 squared, again, b is 2. 2 squared minus 4 times a, 1, times c, that's 2, 2. Oh! 2 all over 2a, or 2 times 1. Do you see the pattern here? We're just plugging it in, that's it. Now we have to do just simplify, okay? So this is the hardest part. So let me go ahead and erase this. Alright. We're going to move up here. Alright. Negative 2 plus or minus. Now remember PIMDAs. Parentheses, exponent, multiply, divide, addition, subtraction. Just go in that order and you'll be fine, okay? So let's see here. Alright. 2 squared. So that's an exponent. 2 squared is 4. Minus 4 times 1 times 2. That's 8. And we're all going to say it's all over 2 times 1, which is 2. Alright. Now we're going to go ahead and simplify it some more. We're going to treat this radical, the square root, as a parenthesis. So we're going to deal with that big time. That's why we're kind of working in there first. Alright? X equals negative 2 plus or minus the square root of negative 4 all over 2. Alright? We erase down here. So here's going to be where a red light should pop up in your head. We have the square root of a negative 4. What on earth is a negative number doing inside a square root? We can't take the square root of a negative number. If you think about it, what is square root? Well, it's a number times a number. Meaning, can we ever get a negative if we're multiplying 2 numbers together that are the same number, of course? Like, the square root, the pure definition of it, is the square root of 4 is 4 because 2 times 2 is 4. So, you can also say the square root of 4 is negative 2 times negative 2, but you can't say it's 2 times negative 2 because those are 2 different numbers entirely. We can't do that. So, the square root of negative 4, therefore, is what we call an imaginary number. The square root of negative 4 is a complicated number. And we don't have to worry about that right now. But what we can say is that imaginary numbers are actually pretty real. But we can say right here, if we want to simplify it anymore, we can say that this is negative 2 plus the square root of negative 4 all over 2, or negative 2 minus the square root of negative 4 all over 2. Okay? These are your two answers to this quadratic. And we just got it, just using a formula. Just plugging it in, playing around with it, doing a little bit of algebra. And it's okay if you're not that good at algebra. You just have to practice and remember your order of operations, and boom, you're good. See, it's nothing to be scared of, okay? Nothing. You guys got this. I believe in you. And again, if you live in the Flower Mound, Texas area and you want to schedule a tutoring session with me, no problem. Go ahead and go to my website, tutormrrody.com, and that's where you'll find all your information. Anyway, stay tuned for more videos, and I'll see you guys soon. You all have a good day or night, and be sure to leave any questions in the comments. Bye-bye.